The United States has now just become the world's new subhub for the coronavirus disease, otherwise known as COVID-19. Let's take a brief moment of silence for all the people affected out there and for all those who are fighting off this pandemic. COVID-19 is known to cause mild to severe upper respiratory illness. According to AXIOX.com, the first case arose in Wuhan, South China, where a man started feeling ill and was admitted to the hospital on December 16, 2019. This information wasn't made public until January 9, 2020. Somebody then flies from Wuhan and arrives in Seattle, Washington, United States on January 15th, where he becomes the first U.S. patient with COVID-19. January 30th, the World Health Organization declared us in a state of global health emergency. People all around the U.S. aren't taking this pandemic seriously enough, resulting in them carrying on with their daily lives as if it won't affect them. Social distancing and staying away from the public are crucial to beating this out by summertime, and people aren't listening or paying any attention to the falling victims around them. This virus could have a much larger impact in the end that people should be worrying about, not who gets the last pack of 2-ply. People are not following government-affiliated requests to stay home, following social distancing, and not going out in public. They want citizens to do what they ask, but people are not listening and just doing what they want. Traveling is the worst possible thing we could be doing right now. It only makes things worse. Between all of the random people at the airport and the circulating air on the airplanes, there is a high chance of becoming infected. Not to mention, you have now carried the virus across state or country borders into a whole new territory for it to infect. It's that easy. With that being said, the millions of spring breakers who didn't cancel their trips are now down there partying all over the beaches. Politico mentions in an article where students were packing up to 5 people in small hotel rooms and going into bars that are packed shoulder to shoulder, a perfect place for a virus to manifest. Now, they're all traveling back from those highly infected areas, and it's not any sunshine they're bringing back with them this time. Now, I know what you're going to say, but plane tickets are under $20, record cheap right now. I don't care. The CDC doesn't care. Tom Hanks, quarantined in his hospital bed, doesn't care, and neither does the virus when it thinks, wow, you came to me this time. That was easy. The virus is not going to stop unless we do what is necessary to stop it. Stated in the New York Times was that people were even buying plane tickets to fly somewhere tropical and work from home. They were also saying if the world was ending, they might as well enjoy themselves on the beach, especially since they're young and they think they're invincible. This is the kind of mindset that is really going to bring us to the end. We need to all be working together by staying away from each other and staying home. People are also going into pure panic, meaning they're going out and clearing the shelves of all they can buy, flocking the supermarkets, spreading it even further. Post Independent covered how there was around 450 people in line at the Costco in Gypsum to get into the store before it was even open. Pure chaos struck the stores when people were fighting grandmas over toilet paper and showing up in hazmat suits to get a burger at McDonald's. Fast food places are continuing to stay open, dragging people out into the public. The government said they were going to close things deemed unnecessary, so how come fast food workers are still risking it all over serving you some French fries? Driving home from CMU, I was expecting to see nobody on the roads due to everybody being in self-isolation, and I still hit traffic in Lansing, which amazed me. I thought to myself, why are people out there on the roads causing traffic jams and not in their homes where it's safe? Social media and being online is not helping us make it through these hardships either. Sure, it keeps us company and gives us something to do, and it keeps us from going out in the public too, but it isn't all that positive of an outlook on things. People on social media aren't taking this deadly virus seriously enough either. They continue to make fun of it in any way possible while also spreading much of what isn't true that they hear or come up with. Jokes and memes all over the internet are being made bashing this virus and making it seem like things aren't as bad as they really are or worse. This is what is causing people to blow things out of proportion, act like the world is ending, and ransack the toilet paper aisles. Memes of people getting hammered are being posted all over Twitter and more because alcohol is known to kill the virus. People may be using humor as their coping mechanism for the craziness happening in the world, but COVID-19 is not funny, it's deadly. Fake news is spreading across the nation and the world like wildfire for the public to eat up. For example, my personal favorite was posted by BuzzFeed.News, where Russia supposedly had released 500 lions to the streets to keep people from leaving their homes. That's how you know we're going through a national crisis. Posting things like this is only going to cause people to overreact, while making fun of the virus and seeming like there's no worries will cause underreaction. President Trump originally took the news of this virus almost as if America would be the country to take it down, unlike China and Italy, says Wekwert. Look at us now, dying in devastation where it looks almost apocalyptic outside of our homes. The United States is now the new hotspot this disease is taking control of. The political aspect to this pandemic is playing a role in how people aren't taking things seriously as well. It is also mentioned in Wekwert how most Democrats believe this virus could do some real damage, while most Republicans are playing it off as if it will just disappear with no worries. This is also confusing to the public on what to believe and what not to believe. Obviously, seeing our own president not taking things seriously, seeing government officials in press conferences with 30 or more people in the room, shoulder to shoulder on stage, and seeing wealthy people still traveling from coast to coast acting too good for the virus is going to make the public not listen or take things as seriously as they need to be taken. Nurses all over the world are being forced to risk their lives helping the fight against this pandemic. All over social medias like Twitter and Instagram, there are posts by healthcare workers about how we need to stay home and how important it is to do this. They want this to happen because if we continue to keep going out, the virus will keep rapidly spreading, resulting in swarmed hospitals with countless sick patients. This is not good for hospitals or the community because it brings more sickness around, making it easier for others to get infected. It is also very overwhelming for the staff at each hospital to be constantly admitting new patients they don't have room or time for. There are nurses who are taking care of multiple patients by themselves without any equipment they need. They're trying to hold on to the lives that are left in their patients and trying to avoid being taken down themselves. We were not prepared for this. It is very dangerous to be a healthcare worker right now, since they are surrounded by what's killing people left and right, all day long. They are even at the point where they have to decide who to save that is more likely to live. Hopefully we will come to our senses as a nation soon and do what is best for ourselves, including others. Social media ramps up the volume on every issue known, so it is important to pay attention to the facts and not spread any rumors. Everybody needs to stay home, and maybe we can clear this virus out by summer. If we don't follow the recommendations and take extra precautions, who knows how long we will be stuck in a world like this. Stay safe and stay clean.